Let's see if I have sound. Sound runs good. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and welcome back. I appreciate all you guys coming by. Today, I'm going to talk to you about as far as Autel Evo 2. How good is it really? Is it really shitty? Is it really good? Is it? I mean, a lot of forum posts that actually caused this live stream for me that I've seen so far. People grumbling about the Autel Evo 2, and I haven't seen as much positive posts anymore as I used to have seen it, and I'm not quite sure why. Because she hasn't done that much to me to justify anything to say really negative things about it. I will point out some negative things that I definitely have on it. And I just finished finally after like 2 weeks of rain. I finished my first couple flights today and burned through all 4 batteries. So let's say hi. Who's everybody's here? I seen already. Hot Rod was over here. What's up, my man? I seen Gadrillo, Poach on the Loose. Poach on the Loose. This thing is going out by tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway for the Skyfi Aerial and Poach on the Loose's sponsored lift or mount for the Autel Evo 1 and 2 controller. And that will be dropping together with the giveaway for the Errors Gamer power supply unit. That will be going on tomorrow morning. And Arizona Drone Dude, what's up, my man? How you guys doing? And so far, what do we learn? What have I learned out of this drone so far? I mean, besides that, she's really heavy and really, really good in the wind, in the air, flying in 55 miles per hour, no problems whatsoever. So I have seen there was a video online somewhere that compared this drone to the Mini and also the Mini 2. And they said in the Mini 2 also that it can withstand winds of 40 miles per hour. And I had this bad boy out today by the coastline and I almost lost it because there was a lot of wind and the wind just pushed it somewhere into the open. And I was like, guys, no ways in hell is that small thing going to be stinking on against a bus like this. And I also tried out today my brand new Skyread filters, which are also together in here. If you guys can see this, these ones are the ND filters. The top row is the Freewheel ND filters. The bottom row is the Skyread filters. And I actually really like the Skyread filters as the cheaper alternative to the Freewheel. There will be also a video coming out on that one as well. So let's see. Pocho said, what's going on? Hope you guys had a Thanksgiving. It was awesome. My Thanksgiving was great. I'm still full from it. It's like there's like always so much food. I'm not a turkey guy, but I'm more like the ham kind of guy. So then we have Arizona Drone Root. Aloha. What's up, my man? And Daniel says he loves his. Yes, I do too. I do love my Autel Evo 2 Pro. I actually got to fly with 2 other viewers of my channel that do live on this island. And one of them has an 8K, the other one has the 8K and the Duo. So I got to see what the Duo actually can do. And that was very impressive. So, but they are both very, very happy about the Autel Evo 2 as well. And based on that, like I said, I have seen in the forum post that there were spiral down issues, that there are problems with the horizon level. And in my eyes, that's wrong already based on calibrations. I mean, I see a lot of people that try to do the IMU calibration, do the compass calibration and all that stuff. And I have tried pointed out how to do it, in what order, or in what order it worked greatest for me. Based on that, I actually like that in 2.512 that the IMU calibration came out and that the compass calibration added on the 3rd axis. And I'm actually very happy about that. So I'm not quite sure why people still have issues. In my eyes, I believe they're still doing the IMU and compass calibration wrong. And that might be the reason why the gimbal calibration afterwards shows that the gimbal is sideways. I still do get the occasional gimbal not ready thing, but once I finish my IMU calibration, the only calibrations that I do by changing locations is the compass calibration. And once in a while, if I have the feeling that the gimbal stay off, then I just land her real quick. I do another gimbal calibration, making sure that I have a level surface, but I usually don't have to do it. So not quite sure why people have issues with it, but I mean, not denying that they are there. But all in all, this drone in its price class like that for paying, I mean, I was one of the first buyers together with a lot of other people that are here in the live stream usually. I'm very, very happy with the amount of money that I spent, and it is so far the best drone. I actually got to fly a Mavic Air 2, and I competed in I think it's a drone giveaway. No, not like a giveaway. It's a challenge. It's an edit challenge on TMSA Productions or TMS Productions. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I made a trailer for a Range Rover based on their requirements. You can win a Mavic Air 2, or you can win a Mini 2. So I put in for that, and maybe I get lucky and maybe I can pick it up. But I got to fly a Mavic Air 2. And let me tell you, for a person, I never flown DJI, so I'm not really a DJI fanboy, but I've flown a lot of Autel, which still does not make me a fanboy because I spend the money, so I want to share my experiences with you. I'm not saying that's the drone that I would go with every single freaking time, but after flying the Mavic Air 2, and I actually flew the Mavic 2 Pro as well, or Zoom, I think. And I'm not really impressed. Like, they appear more flimsy. They're a little bit more agile, but in my eyes, they are not as stable. And I just don't like the stick input the way it is, but it might be because I'm just always flying the Autel. So other than that, they have really good drones though. For the price match, $800 for that Mavic Air 2. That's pretty damn good. To be honest, that's really, really good. So what else do we have here? We have here, let's see, Mikey. It's the update. Things are good, and then they mess it up with a new update and give it other problems. Yeah, it's kind of like they're giving you more options. The one thing, we'll get to that afterwards, software-wise, what's available. But so far, what's good about it? Well, what's good about it is that it's a really solid drone. It's really solid made. I really like it. The bad part about the construction, let me take this off. The bad part about this construction, the weak spot that I still fear that might come up for whatever reason it is the arms. So this became one of my, I think this is the Achilles heel for this drone, is these arms. Because they are separated. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but there's like this super thin line right here. And if you own one, you're going to know about it. Now, I think the first generation had some issues with that glue part, and I pointed it out multiple times in other streams why I believe they should have made it a solid arm, one piece, and then mount the motors on top of that. Vibration always happens, and when you look at this longer extended piece, it gives the arm more leverage to swing in comparison to the rear arm, which has a shorter end in the bottom, but they both still vibrate. Now, with those continuous vibrations and stuff, if this glue comes apart on this part right here, within seconds, your drone can just spiral down and just drop down to the ground. And she can drop 50, 60 feet within seconds. And it happened to me. I proved it. I showed in the videos. And it's one of the downfalls. That's part of the production line, though. And so far as I've seen, Autel has always taken care of their customers. I have heard, or I've read some forum posts where people are really... Walter Hall, what are you doing, Walter? Why are you doing this to me? You always do that. I appreciate it, my man. $2.99. Walter Hall, I appreciate it deeply. Thank you very much. So when I see other forum posts, they talk about it and they say, oh, customer service sucks. I'm not quite sure if you do what you're supposed to be doing or if these people are maybe not based in the US, because customer service... Whenever I call from other phones other than my cell phone to have a different number, and I don't necessarily identify myself right away where I say, well, I'm Andy from Hawaii. I don't do that at all. I'm just asking them, I have a complaint about this or I have a question about this, and they answer. And they are actually personally answer their phone, which is super cool, because right after they answer the phone, they actually send you a ticket, and then with that ticket on the email, you can follow up, and then within days the stuff comes in. My gimbal cover, on the other hand, ended up somewhere in another PO box, so I gotta wait until this stuff gets sent to me. But I was able to buy me another gimbal cover for $15 since mine's on the tabs broke off. And as far as I've seen, I think somebody said they redesigned the new gimbal covers, so hopefully they're good on it. But back to customer service, I have never had any problems. So I don't know what people are actually complaining about when they say, oh, our customer service sucks, because Autel has outstanding customer service in my eyes. Anytime I call, as long as it's within the limits of their operating hours, they always answer all the time. And in the beginning, when I first got this drone, it was always the first two guys, Taylor and David, that always kept answering the phone until later on when my phone calls started dying down and I didn't have that many questions and I was pretty much learning more about this part myself. And then all of a sudden I was thinking to myself, okay, so I'm going to try to call again. And Taylor is apparently not with them no more, but David was there. And it doesn't matter who it really is in customer service. They are really good people. I mean, I have never seen any company that does not have that, that call center. Oh, please press 1 if you want to talk to this person. Please press 2 if you want to talk to this department. They don't have that. They just simply don't. They do their thing. They answer the phone and then they talk to you, and they're super nice. Any given time, they're super nice, super patient. So customer service, I don't know what people are up to about, but I guess they're doing it wrong. I mean, I have yet to determine that customer service is bad, and so far it has been great for me. And we have Midwest Drone Services. What's up, my man? Yes, you made it to one of my shows. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys, because we are at 2,000, almost 2,300 subscribers, and it's growing bigger and bigger and faster and more view time. I'm getting more view time in. And then Gadrilla said, wish they had a smart controller. Yes, and I'm thinking that they will get with it, because when you look at it, how long did it take DJI actually technically seen to come up with a smart controller? It was quite a while, and apparently this Evo 2 Pro, or Evo 2 in general, this whole series line, you have to understand now, this is their flagship. Besides, it was the Evo that they had at first, and now they have this, and they have this flagship thing, and they're really good with it, because the cool part about this is that this body right here is the only body you will ever have to purchase, as long as nothing goes wrong with it, or she doesn't crash, or anything burns out, or whatever, and you just have to redo batteries, and then you can change out the gimbals. And you know what I mean? I mean, other competitors have it that you got to buy a whole new body, a whole new drone, whatever, because the cost of parts is just too high. And I think Autel is on a good path. And comparison-wise on how big they are, I think it's going to take them a little bit longer to get to that part, because, like I said before, there's not that many accessories, because they haven't been that long on the market to compete really with somebody as strong as DJI, who has a multi-billion-dollar company behind them to push really for that development and production. And it appears that they're a really small company, but they're trying their best, in my eyes, to satisfy the customer. And based on that, even with software wise and stuff, they're working hard on it. I think what kind of is good for them is because they're trying to match that Autel app is good for the Autel Evo 1 and 2. So it's not necessarily dedicated just to the Autel Evo 2. That Autel app works for both of them. And that seems to be the thing about it. You know what I mean? So we got to give them some kind of slack. They try to accompany the whole thing all together, which is Autel Evo 1 and 2, which I like. I have to say, I like that. So let's see. We have Ken Steele. What's up, my man? Ken Steele, William Grace. Flew 2 batteries today. Great flights. Yes, I totally loved mine's on. I blew all 4 of them. Saving for dual camera. Almost there. Oh, saving for a dual camera. That is a lot of money. I mean, I would not be able to just come up with that money. Poacher said calibration is off, and they're not taking the time to make sure. That's right there is the comment that's pretty much my opinion on that whole stuff. That if your horizon is off, you're just not taking your time. You're rushing it, and they're just not all into that stuff yet. I mean, I love my drone so much. I know already when something is off. And it's just like driving a car. You drive a car, you're going to realize afterwards, after a while, where the hiccups are. And you have to do the same thing with the drone. Nobody is born as the perfect drone pilot. It took me 2 years to get really good at it, or decent at it, to get some really good shots and to make some sort of professional looking shots. And you learn by doing it. And the least amount of time you put into this, and the least amount of time you spend with this technology to learn about it and to see where's the hiccups and the things, the least you're going to know about it. So therefore, it's your own fault if it's off. Of course, I'm not saying there's no software issues or there might be hardware issues, but if it was running perfectly before, then maybe one of your calibrations is off. And that's why I have to agree, Poach on the loose. that people are just not taking their time. They're rushing it. They're thinking, oh, it's out the box. It has to work right away. So Daniel Hubbard, what's up, Daniel? Said, I only get the gimbal not ready for like 3 seconds after calibration. It goes off and I fly just fine. I can't wait till what? Oh, to get the duo. I have to find that spot first. Yeah, and that's correct. It's like I have that same thing, that gimbal thing. It just shows up a little bit later, and yeah, I mean, hell. So Eat More Possum says, yeah, I have a Mavic 2 Zoom and a Pro. Would be sweet if I could just swap out the cameras like the Evo. Exactly. So they don't have it, but I mean, they are older cameras, they are older drones, and of course, development. It's all about development. The good part about it is that we have Autel and DJI kind of like bucking heads and running their own thing. And I mean, we had that controversial thing about where apparently DJI wasn't really honest about using a certain type of propeller mount and stole it from Autel or whatever it was, but it probably helped Autel to get more money for development and staff and whatnot. You have to think about, they got to pay for the factory, got to pay for all that stuff. So of course, and then they got to pay for the warranty part that they got to hold up. So sometimes on a $2,000 drone, you probably only going to make 1,000 because now all of a sudden you had issues with it. You had manufacturer problems and you got to send out another drone and hopefully you get the other one back and can salvage that. I don't know how it goes, but hey, it's a lot of it's a company after all, you know. And then Godrilla said Maverick camera swap is simple. I believe that, you know, I believe it. It's just if you change out the camera on the Mavic, it's like, does it really change just the camera like the Evo does, where you have the 8K version, you have the 6K version, you have the dual version? I'm not so much into DJI yet, so we'll see about that. I mean, drone-wise, I'm just hoping that the thing works and that it flies good, and I'm spoiled from having a Paradise flying super good and solid, and then having a DJI, and then of course you have like the Holy Stone drones out there, you have the Hubsons out there, and some people are always like thinking about like, oh yeah, this drone, but it's not really hovering in the place. And so with the Autel Evo 2, I can tell you this thing is hovering in place. We had the issue before with the other update before, I think it was 2.510, where we had drifting issues, and then 1.1 came out, and then 1.2 as the hot fix. But I'm having no issues whatsoever drifting anymore. I did my calibrations correctly. I have no horizon tilt. Like I said, the Achilles heel on this part over here, I think it's just the arm itself. And another part that I don't really like is, for the amount of money that I spend, is how aggressive and how sensitive these sensors are, especially in bright daylight, where sunlight can interfere with those optical sensors. It is good to have sensors top, bottom, side to side, I guess. But if you keep visual line of sight, I'm not quite sure if I really require all these sensors. Sensors are good to have, but you can misjudge a lot. I mean, I've been standing in the bottom here and she was up like 30 feet, 40 feet, and I was flying. And all of a sudden I was thinking to myself, is she going to hit the branch or not? And I keep looking at it and I keep looking at it. And I just pull out because I just don't want to risk it. And then I change my angle of looking at it. And it's all by perspective. So like I said, the more you fly it, the more you're going to get used to your perspective on where your drone is at, where you have to fly, and how you plan out your shots, you know. So what else do we have? JR, what's up, JR? How you doing, my man? And then we have Walter Hall. Love your intro shots. Intro, probably my intro shots. Yeah, that was a accumulation of a lot of other shots that I had, and I just put it together for this intro. This is the last time that you guys have seen this intro for November, because for December, which is next week, I think the next week's stream will be already the Christmas intro. I'm still hoping for snow on Owl Mountain so I can go up there and film it. But yeah, it's been colder for us in Hawaii. It's like 60 degrees, 55 degrees at night. That's cold for us. We're used to like 78 to 85. So drones 863, what's up, my man? All the American drone companies are not really trying in the public sector. They are more concerned with U.S. military contracts. Well, I think I seen one that was from the Autel. Was it Autel? Something Shark. That was a crazy drone. Let me see if I can find that. The drone. There was one, I forget what it was called, something shark, air shark, or maybe they have it on their website, because they have a drone that is a crazy looking drone. It's a really big drone. It looks like a plane, and looking on how that thing looks like, and I think that thing is like about $30,000, $40,000, but it has, oh, dragonfish is it called right here. Let me see if I can share this screen with you guys right here. Share the screen, and there you have it right here. This is the dragonfish from Autel. Check this out. This is crazy. This thing looks just like a plane, and it is like 4K optical zoom, and it has a 3 minutes quick assembly, 120 minutes endurance. That's like what, flying 2 hours. So that's like, this thing right here is like military spec kind, but I think they're using it for like agriculture and stuff like that. So those kind of things is crazy. I mean, dragonfish, I mean, yeah, if you can afford that, you don't have no problems worrying about if you crash a $2,000 drone. You know what I mean? So anyways, Gadrilla said gonna be 20 degrees here next week in Georgia. 20. I would die. I literally would die. 20 degrees is way too cold for me. Gabriel said, has anyone tried the quieter props Autel came out yet? I've got one pair waiting for the second pair. Same like me. I got one. Oh, where did I put it? I got one pair, but I'm still waiting for the second, and I think the second one stayed together with my gimbal cover. But as soon as I have it, I'm definitely going to make a video about it. I heard that people actually had more flight time, so that we almost reached the 40 minutes. I guess they had like 36 minutes or something like that, which is plenty in my eyes, 36 to 37 minutes. And they did say it was quieter, and it has less stress on the motors and all that stuff, but I'm yet to find that out. And if I do, because I bought it, and I definitely going to make a video about it, and I'm going to let you guys know if it really worked out or not. And yeah, looking forward to that one, definitely. JR, thank you very much for your $2 contribution. I really appreciate it. I hope Autel adds 5 megahertz and 2.5 megahertz. It's not good for me. Yeah, there's a few things which I would want to get to right now, which is software-wise. You're looking at software-wise for this Autel Evo 2, we have the Autel Explorer app. And within the Autel Explorer app, we have a few good functions already. There's one thing, though, when I fly my DJI Mavic Mini, like those intelligent flight modes, I think that Autel can learn from DJI a lot, and they should have done so already, because Autel or DJI, like the Mini, for an example, has some really cool intelligent flight modes that I really would like. And it's technically seen in my eyes as it appears to be on the Autel side. Like even when they make the smart orbit, it always has to do with the subject to be identified while you draw a square around it. They try to hang on to that. Well, if you do that, please make it possible. Since you have an adjustable aperture inside here already and all that stuff, why isn't it possible for you to do something like a dolly zoom, dolly shot? There's a lot of room for intelligent flight modes. And if you have to, Autel, if you're listening to this, create a section where you click on it and you make it intelligent flight shots, whatever way, or flight modes where you can choose for like cinematic shots. I mean, you have these seen it like on this kind of stuff on DJI, and it's like, how come you can't do that? Like, and how come we can't have a smooth zoom on our wheel right here? You know, I mean, it's programmable. It's all software related. So if you really need help with that, then you should invest a lot of your earn money from the customers such as us. They really should look into getting stuff done software wise, where software would be able to help them get on dolly shot, get on rocket shot, get on spiral up circle mode where you lock onto the subject. There's a lot of shots that if you are, I mean, yeah, it sounds lazy, but if you are busy with flying and you want to have those shots and you just have all these obstacle avoidance and stuff, why not make it possible that for you, intelligent flight modes are just going to be available for you, having besides smart orbit and all that stuff and tracking, which I'm not a big fan of, because if I want to have tracking, I would just pick up a Skydio already. But tracking wise, what I like is the tripod one, the tripod mode. It helped out in the short film that we're filming right now, which is all filmed with this Autel Evo 2. Even conversations, which are recorded and then synced up with the video. I made a brace that has it left and right like this, where the bottom part is where the drone is actually free of moving. And while she stay on, I press the record button on the controller. The controller is mounted on the top like this. It's a really neat thing, and I will reveal that in the making of that short film. But everything will be filmed with this drone. Sounds crazy. It is crazy, and it's a hell lot of fun to do it. And we've been on it since, I think, almost 2 months already doing it. And it's going to be probably about a 10-minute short film, just filmed with the Autel Evo 2 Pro. How cool is that? So I came up with the idea when I got this drone that I always wanted to have something like this. So I had to come up with a contraption to mount this drone inside, hold it with both hands like this so that we can actually move around and do our thing. And plus it has that gimbal. And even if the drone is not flying, the gimbal is actually actively trying to level out the image. And we got some crazy cool shots. I actually like it. It's really cool. It's something different. I just wanted to film a short film with a drone alone, not with a camera like that or my phone or an action camera. I want it to be different, so I filmed it all with a drone. So editing takes up a lot of space on that one. I actually have to buy me 2 new hard drives to get it done. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be cool. So anyways, besides that, yeah, software wise, I think these guys really have to work a little bit more on it. Get more intelligent flight modes, guys, because people look for that. They look for the ease of use. They don't want to be the best. And some people are just not capable of having it like with the controllers to be able to slightly fly forward, slightly fly up, and have the gimbal move at the same time while you move up. That has to do with practice. And if they don't have the time, put it in for it or whatever, and they want those shots, intelligent flight modes is where it's at. If you want somebody to spend $2,000 on a drone, hey, that brings me to the next one. I believe I have in here, I gotta look real quick. There is a sale going on right now. It's called the Go the Plus package, the Go Holiday Go Plus package. And I left descriptions for those links for those in the description below. Those ones are affiliate links because Autel has approved me to do affiliate program with them, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Autel. I appreciate that. So this one is the On the Plus On the Go bundles. So you have the Evo 2, which is the 8K version for $1,595, which does come with this carrying case. It does come with 2 batteries, the charger, one extra set of props, which are all already apparently, when you look at these pictures right here, they are all already the low noise propellers. So, which is really cool. So right here, you see, you get the aircraft, you get 2 batteries with it, you get the remote controller, you get 2, the Evo 2 shoulder bag, which seems to be pretty cool. Then low noise propellers, 5 pairs, and then you get the charger and the USB cables to connect the stuff. So, which is really cool. And then you have the Evo 2 Pro version, which is right now on sale with them, which is $1,895. So that is actually a pretty good deal for these ones right here to have 2 batteries, and it's sold by them. And their shipping has been super fast in my eyes, usually, except for right now with the gimbal cover where it's kind of messed up. But yeah, so these ones are the things that are available right now for that. Besides that, available, we have third-party controller mounts, which makes these controllers really, really cool. This is the Liftor, the very first version of the Liftor, so it looks different from the Liftors that you see these days on the forums. So this one is sponsored by Poach on the Loose, which was in the giveaway that I started this past week. So if you still want to enter, you can, because the video will be going live tomorrow. And until then, I'll take still, what you call that? Submissions. I still take submissions, and this one is the Skyfire Aerial. Links for all of these things you're going to find in the description below as affiliate links of mine, of course. Besides that, you have small things like the propeller strap, which is really cool. You can put that around your drone to protect it in case you don't have a hard case. There is hard cases from, what is it called? Harbor Freight, I think, Pelican cases. They are orange already, just like the drone, and they look really cool. You just have to cut the foam for yourself. So if you know somebody who's really good in foam cutting, you can do that. But this one is the propeller strap. If you don't have a hard case and you don't have that cutout foam and stuff, you can protect your propellers. And I will yet see, I think that the new propeller is going to fit in there as well. Excuse me. So, but these propellers right here, this is the propeller strap, and it keeps the propellers away from folding open while you put them into a bag or being like bend on the edges and stuff. And it's really cool. And this mount is really cheap. So they're, excuse me, COVID. Sorry. So yeah, this is really good. This is really good stuff. So let's see. Let's follow up over here. Drone 863s. I have heard they are a lot quieter. My friend had them. Yes, I'm waiting for them. The propellers, definitely. I'm not a fan of Chinese products, but DJI makes an excellent product. They do make good drones. I mean, don't get me wrong. DJI does make good drones. Look at this, 249 grams, $400 with 2 batteries on cool charging station and all that stuff. I mean, it's like the Walmart of drones, you know what I mean? But they have good quality, and it's not like that you have that many problems with it. And that's the cool part. So they do make good products. Then we have Ricky Britton right here. Hello, my brother from another mother. You're an awesome person, your friend. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you guys see around Timothy Miller, you still need to shoot me an email with your PayPal information. I donated my earnings of November to you. So that was a total of $77 that goes to you for spicing up your Christmas gift for your son. So don't forget, Timothy Miller, send me your email, please, with your PayPal connection. Gadrilla, DJI, the Apple of drones, but do like my Evo 2. Yes, same here. I love my Evo 2. It's really good. And 863 is asking where I'm from. Originally where I'm from. Originally, I'm from Berlin, Germany, my friend. So we have Fadet Dexar. That's a terrible name. Faded Dexar. I'm sorry if I'm mutilating it right now. I'm not intending to. Yes, I wanted the Pro. The Pro is good. I really love mine. It's the quality, the image quality. I flew the Paradise 4K before, and I had this one, which is the 2.7K, which is really good image quality too. Especially have short, like quick shots, and you upscale them to 4K. You can barely tell the difference. Especially most people these days watch their footage on the phone. So like when they watch videos, YouTube and stuff, it's all on the phone. So it's always in a small thing. The only time you really notice it if you have 5K Retina screen or if you have a big 65-inch screen TV, then the 4K is definitely makes a difference. And so yeah, it's the 6K. I mean, I love it. I always film in 6K 30 FPS, and I always try to downscale to my 40K. I mean, to my 4K 40 to my 4K resolution, and I don't have no loss in resolution. I can punch in, I can zoom in, I can do whatever. There's a lot more flexibility. Space-wise, yeah, I had to get rid of some of the drone shots already because it's really huge files, but I'm kind of a nerd, so I have like a lot of space I get like 20 terabyte full of footage already. So, and it's growing more and more. So Michael Ing says their sales are not any difference from regular prices. Yeah, so I think Amazon had that too. Amazon had their stuff as well on sales. So, I mean, yeah, you don't spend $2,000 no more. It's now down to a reasonable price for this drone, I guess. So Ricky Brin says, so and Autel made these new impellers. How much? That's not fun. I need you to be healthy. Well, they are like $20, I think, if I'm correct. Let me check real quick. I don't like saying nothing stupid. I think I paid like $20 to it. Accessories right here. Let's see. Continue shopping. Accessories, brother. Oh, I get it on a 404 page. I think it has to do with them not being able to keep up their service. I have no idea. Accessories, come on. Yeah, accessories not working right now for whatever reason. Anyways, so it's $300 less for the Pro with bundle on sale. Regular price is over $2K. Yeah, that's true. But right now it's like 1,800 something, and they ship really quick, really fast. And I mean, that's the best part right there because they're gonna have it a record that you purchase it from them. It's not like but Amazon is good too because the return policies are really good. Robbie Chai, Tyson or Jones? I'm not a big boxing kind of guy, but I'd like to see Tyson win. I like the man. I mean, he's been kind of crazy, and he has had his bad parts, but he has been training hard. I mean, they're both great freaking boxers, Jones and freaking Tyson. I still would think that any of us would get knocked out with the first punch. So Mike Pierce says, "Hello from the Alaska Magic Man. What's up, Magic Man? How you doing, my man? I hope everything is good with you and your family." We get Copy Jim. The Autel sales are like getting a battery or more for free. Yeah, and that saves you $200 right there because these batteries are like $200. So you're getting a battery for free, which is insanely good because otherwise you're gonna drop $200. Walter Hall says, "Shoot some Bora Bora video with the Evo 2 Pro. Have a look on YouTube. Search Maui." Okay, I will. Will do. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Ricky Britton, and thank you everybody else for coming by. So we have Tyson has cleaned his life up. Yes, and people can change. That's pretty much what it is. But back to Autel. What else is available for these? Pretty much if you pick these things up, these Autel drones up, the one thing that I would say is extra batteries, get one extra charging hub. You don't need this Autel charging hub. There's another charging hub, I think, on Amazon that charges all 4 things at the same time, like the 3 batteries and your controller at the same time. So you don't have to just do this and have an extra wire for your controller and stuff. But for me, it works out because I have a lot of plugins and stuff that I can do. Get yourself some ND filters. ND filters are insanely important for your footage to have really good, smooth footage. Let me keep it this way. There you go. The top row of these ones are from the first set that I got sent to me by Original Dobo. The second row of that one I donated to somebody who could not afford to have ND filters, so I gave them my CPL filters. Told them though that it's not going to fit with the gimbal cover, and also that some of the adjustments with the gimbal calibration might be a little bit off. But to give it a try with the CPL filters, if not, he can always revert to, now this bottom row over here for me is the Skyread filters, which are $60 for this entire set, which comes with actually one more that is mounted over here, which is the 8 and the 8. And it goes from 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. And they're all steady ND filters. And they're good. They're really good. I'm making my video of that one right now. I still got to edit it. But those Skyread filters, they're good. And I think they're actually lighter than the freewheel filters. But size-wise, they fit perfectly into just like the freewheel filters right over here. So you do need ND filters if you really want to have the specific shot, and they help a lot. ND filters help a lot. If for those of you guys who don't know about the ND filters, what they actually do is they are actually like shades for your lens so that you can keep your shutter speed twice the amount of FPS that you're running. So if you're running your video in 24 FPS, you want to have your shutter speed 1/50 to have the most smoothest operation of your filming part when you do videos for it. So besides that, if you're looking straight into sunlight, sometimes everything else darkens out and you have just that white blip right there because the aperture is not as much as adjustable as you would like it to be. And so therefore you can get some amazing sunset shots with that. If you have like a ND 3264 on top, and it's great. I mean, I love my ND filter. I don't know how I did it before, but I did. And nowadays ND filters are a must. You gotta have ND filters, guys. So you have Ricardo Montalban still having some issues with 2.512. Horrible artifacts with the stitched 6K time lapses. And Horizon is now completely jacked. Never had Horizon issues before. Always something with this thing. I understand your frustration, my man. And I'm pretty sure 2.5, whatever it is, 1.5 maybe, or 1.3 or 1.4, will be coming out soon. And they will be working on it. A lot of people had problems with the Horizon. And we'll see. I mean, like I said, I have had a lot of times that I actually calibrated this, and it took me a few calibrations, to be honest, to the part where I just said, oh man, screw this thing already, I'm done with it. And I didn't. I just kept going, and I was like, no, I gotta get this fixed. And yeah, other than that, this drone is awesome. The problem is, like he said already, with the hyperlapse, which is technically seeing a time lapse, I have had no issues with it so far, besides that when it comes to like the darker part, that I have that gimbal tilt. Daytime, I have no problems making time lapses. I made so many time lapses for my new video coming out that is the best shots of November. I love it. Those time lapses that I shot, they are amazing piece of art, to say the least. And I really like it. And I surely hope that they're going to fix that Horizon issue. Other than that, you have always post to work around it, but post not so much. If you have moving every single image, then that's going to be really, oh no. Copy Jim said, I locked out with a second wall charger. Wall charger probably. Allows me to charge 2 batteries at once, so I can finish my 4 batteries in the time it takes to. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what it is. If you have a good charger and you have multiple batteries, but like I told most of the people, if you have 4 batteries like I do, once you're done flying 4 batteries, you're exhausted because you're constantly worried about $2,000 dropping out of the sky, and you don't want to over exceed these motors. You don't want to heat up the arms too much that the glue might come soft in here, and then with vibration and wind and all that stuff. So you want to take a break once in a while to refresh your battery for yourself, your internal battery of your mind, to be able to fly good, to do your thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to over exaggerate or over exert yourself and then all of a sudden make mistakes and fly into something. And then, yeah, you just flew 6 batteries, but you also crashed your $2,000 drone. So take your time. Yeah, if you have the time, take your time, guys. Definitely take your time. And right now we have a lot. I don't know if some of you guys might have heard that drone Philly guy. He got fined $182,000 based on his videos that he had on his live stream. And I think it had to do because he was transmitting telemetry and he was showing himself, I think, on the sticks as well. So if anything, check out Original Doble's channel. I think he was there the other day or a couple hours ago with Ryan, which is a lawyer for the drone hobbyist, enthusiast in general, and he knows a lot in that. I only got to see the first 10 minutes, but I think that Ryan and Ken Dono definitely going to have some really, really good subject on that. So if you guys want to know more about if you can get fined for flying a drone, that video right there is the answer. So it will guide you into the right direction. After all, it's just one community, and we hope that I hope that that Philly guy is going to get over it. I donated some money to him, and I hope that he doesn't really have to pay $182,000 because that's a lot. And plus, apparently they are cracking down more on it. So I have questions too as a content creator on YouTube being monetized. I'm not quite sure if I can get fined for whatever reason it is that I'm making money off my stuff. And if there are other people who might get monetized on YouTube, there might be also the question about it. If you are monetized on YouTube, but you don't have a 107, now, since you're making money with your drone and you're using drone footage in order to support your created content on YouTube, are you going to get fined by FAA as well? It's a big question. I'm going to try hit up Kendam and see what they're going to tell me about it, because I want to know more about it as well. And this does not necessarily have to do with just pro guys, with content creators on YouTube. It has to do with you, the regular flyers, the regular dudes that just hobbyists that just cruise around and fly around and do whatever. And anytime, like I tell most of these people, stay within the 400 feet, because nowadays flight records are recorded. So now if FAA wants to ever subpoena the stuff and say, hey, we believe that you were within restrictions of flight zones that you shouldn't have been, give us your telemetry. And I think they can subpoena those records. And if they do, which is on your phone app, and if you load it up to the cloud of Autel, then that's evidence against yourself. So don't mess it up. Don't you know what I mean? Don't be that guy. Don't have to pay like $20,000 based on fines. And if they do contact you, I would suggest you write them back and try to resolve the issue or the matter as quick as possible. So $182,000 right now for that Philly guy is really, really, really hard. Ken Steele says, if your Autel Evo 2 Pro hyperlapses are incredible, I would love to see what you could do using DJI hyperlapse, which is 10 times better. Yeah, I love my hyperlapses. So in my eyes, this thing is not really a hyperlapse, because a hyperlapse is technically seeing you flying in real-time speed and you're taking a picture every so often, and then you're just fast-forwarding stuff. It looks like fast-forwarding, you know? While a time-lapse is, with this drone, the way she stays in a stationary area and then she goes really slow, it's more like a moving hyperlapse. And I tried to do on 360 one time and have like the lowest speed, and even the lowest speed is still way too fast because you can only take pictures every so often. So I don't know. I still think it's not a time. It's a time lapse. It's not a hyperlapse. Ricardo Montalban says, I can get down with my DJI hyperlapse. My M2P flies like butter. M2P does fly like about. I mean, like I said, all the drones that are about $400, they usually fly really good. And look at, I mean, $400. That's a lot of money, guys. For the regular people that make $12 an hour or $10.75 an hour, what's the minimum wage right now? You know what I mean? $400, bro. You work 8 hours a day on $10. That's like $80. So you got to work like a lot of days to make extra cash besides the bills that you have. $400, even for something like this, is really high. Not saying that, hey, if you can't afford it, don't fly. Hey, it's a hobby. That's what we do. You can have a hobby as a motorcyclist, and the motorcycle one-time expense is going to cost you $5 grand, $6 grand, $2 grand, depending on what you want to pick up, or even 20 grand if you ride a Harley. Money is money, and it's worth a lot. But as soon as you go into those higher specs, like $300 an up, $400 an up, I think you should expect something that can actually hover in place without you having to worry about that it's going to crash into the wall, it's going to fly into the back of your wife, or hit your kid in the head. Of course, and it's technology, and like every technology, it is going to have issues. Software is going to have issues, and you're going to have problems. You're going to have setouts. You're going to have flyaways. You're going to have crashes. It's going to be everywhere. I mean, it's the same like the power at the fingertips of our hands these days is right here. It's cell phones. I mean, look how far they came. And drones are like, what, 10 years old right now, based on GPS quads, or 5 years, 6 years max. If you look back at the first GPS quads that were really good. And development-wise, bro, can't imagine from back then. We had walking phone booths on our hands. Nowadays, we get one flat thing that has all kind of possibilities. Drones will develop to the same standards. And it all depends on if the military is going to give it free, I guess. So other than that, we are in almost an hour. I hope I could help you guys out with what I go tell you about the Autel Evo 2. So what I really like about it is, real quick, heavy, really sturdy in the air, a lot of flight time. I like that she's orange. Not like orange is my favorite color. Actually, blue is my favorite color. But orange, this orange drone, I have had harder time trying to locate this little sucker because it's gray, and when you look up in the sky, everything is gray, and you're like, oh, where's the damn thing? I just looked down to the screen like for a second. Where did it go? It's going to be hard to relocate. While this one in orange, bright orange, you can see it no matter what. Besides hearing it, as long as you stay within visual line of sight, you should be good. Besides that, image quality. As the 6K, the Pro version, I totally love it. It's intense, detailed. It's intense, huge. It looks vibrant. The colors look really good. I really like it. I'm a total noob in color grading, so all my footage that you see is usually out the box, right, really good, and I utilize that. And I sometimes tone down saturation or just increase it slightly, or just look at the shadows. But other than that, I try to shoot the video as good as I can already, based on my experience on using regular cameras like this, my APS-C 6400. And so yeah, image quality, I totally love it. Other than that, I love the Skyfi aerial mount right here. It's really, really cool. It made me love this controller, because this controller is not that great, to say the least. If you just have the controller itself, plus the original mount to mount your cell phone or tablet or whatever, it's not all that. It's not really, really good. And tablets, you can't even mount with the original thing. You got to put something else. So if you're looking into something, the Skyfi Aero is really good. And it's not because I was given one to try it out. It's just simply because I'm using it every single time when I fly it. I totally love it. It's because I have huge hands, and these button bumpers, man, are the deal maker right there for this thing. It's like, I barely touch these buttons anymore. I only touch them if I really have to. And these button bumpers are a must. So, of course, I hope Autel is going to be working on a smart controller just like DJI has. And I really hope that they're going to come up with something. Besides that, software-wise, they still have a lot of development to do. And I wish that they would have more flight mode, intelligent flight modes that are easy flight modes, such as, for an example, dolly zoom shot, such as spiral smart orbit, and tracking you while you do stuff, or it tracks the subject while it does the orbit and it ascends or descends. And I think there's a lot more potential in a lot of things, rocket shot or whatever. So you can actually set up the mode, it counts it down, you put the controller down, and then you're standing there and you film yourself. That's what people really want to film themselves. If you really want to just have a good shot of somebody standing on top of a hill, find one of your best friends, have them send them up the hill and tell them, oh, you go walk up there, I'm going to fly the drone. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's always possibilities. Make the best out of what you have. For $2,000, this drone definitely has lived up to its expectation in my eyes. Customer service wise, it's insane how good they are, how well they respond to if you are reasonable with them. Don't call them up and yell at them. I mean, nobody would want that. You know, I wouldn't want to help you if you yell at me. So be nice. Be a nice human. Call them up, tell them, "Bah, I have a problem with this drone. Can you help me?" And they're pretty much going to guide you into the right direction. And of course, be honest. Don't lie about that you did something wrong. If you did something wrong, stand up for it. It's a $2,000 drone. You were honest enough to use your credit card or your money or work hard for it to buy it in the first place. As long as it's your fault, then you should admit to it that it was your fault that he crashed it. You know what I mean? So, and Autel will live up to its expectations based on customer service. I'm pretty sure about it. And so what else do we have? I fell behind. Sorry, guys. I fell behind in my chat. So Ricardo says, if not for the camera, I dump it. The camera completes. The camera completes me. And then he says, if your Autel Evo 2 Pro hyperlapses are incredible, I would love to see what you do. Okay, yeah. We went through that. I can get down with my DJI hyperlapses. My M2P flies like butter. Walter Hall says, I asked Santa for the charging hub for Christmas. Hey, Walter, I hope the Santa is going to listen to you. And then Ricardo says, yes, blows Autel's out the water. And not hating, just aggravated with all the issues with the $2,000 drone. Just flying the M2P is so refined. I shouldn't have to hope Autel Evo 2 can get there someday. They will get there. I'm very convinced that they will get there. And like I said, it's the first part of after releasing it in June. And I think they're under a lot of pressure, not to make up excuses, but I always look at the good things of parts. And I think that because they released it in June and then we have how many updates, they're always working on it. I'm pretty sure about it. Paul Emo says, I'm still getting annoying calibration warnings, but can't get the obstacle avoidance tool to work on my Macs. Anyone else? Oh, the tool for do the obstacle avoidance. I have never had to use that tool for me, so I can't help you with that, my friend. Hopefully somebody else can. Rico Britton says, pray President Trump doesn't get cheated out of his crazy times we're in. Our rights are this. Okay, that's political. I don't do politics on my channel. Ricardo says, 1 out of 4 computers I have tried will run the obstacle avoidance calibration tool. Yeah, I'm not really good with any of that stuff. So I appreciate all you guys coming by. It's been an hour, and I don't want to hold you guys any longer than I have to. I hope you guys' Thanksgiving was great, and I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend or rest of your weekend, and definitely happy holiday season. I'll see you guys next week, and I have already something really cool lined up for next week's stream, so stay tuned for that one. And like I said, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. Be a nice human. Always be a nice human, because the way you approach it, the way will mostly come back to you. Okay? Don't forget, COVID-19 out there to get you. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Take it easy, everybody. Aloha.